Well, everyone, here we go again. And you know who you can thank for this? Steven. He sent us this one on Venmo personally and said, I want y'all to do a reaction to this. It is cursed. Okay. He said it's 10 minutes long, and here you go.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
This is acceptable.
Yes, because we asked him for, when we did our last reaction that Steven sent us in, he basically said, yeah, you basically were just like, yeah, can we get one that's a little bit shorter? Just a little bit. Just a wee bit. Because the one he sent us was, what, it was like almost 40 minutes long?
I just explained to him, I was like, look, being bribed to do curse things is one thing, but we can't be bribed often to do long things because we literally don't have time for it.
Yeah, because we can't help ourselves sometimes. Oh no, it was the Tats Top Easter eggs one that was like an hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah, that was.
My God.
That's the top scary Easter egg.
Forgive me, I'm still recovering from the St. Patrick's Day stream and all the moonshine y'all made me drink, which...
Meanwhile, I can't
that's right.
actually celebrate St. Patty's because my tooth is healing from a root canal.
Yeah.
So that's fun.
And, well, if you all want to tune in to said stream, then here's some of the rewards right here. Oh, shoot. Take a look at that. Yeah. I already did the split. $650, I'm going to do a headstand. $750, I'll do both at the same time. $850, Jocko Pose, part 2.
I have no idea what that means.
It's okay. I didn't either, and I regret knowing what it is. 1,000, down all the moonshine. And yes, I do in fact have a legit jar of Old Smoky Tennessee moonshine.
You better start drinking on that quick before they get you to that goal.
Oh, well, the thing about it is this is 40 proof, or no, it's 55 proof, sorry, 50 proof, or 55 proof, and I know it's going to, it's basically straight gasoline.
Yeah, don't drink that much of it. Get rid of some of it before they make you do that.
I'm trying. As y'all can see, I've made a little bit of a dent, but... Yeah.
I want some. Sounds good.
Yeah. Take a little bit, because it is St. Patrick's Day. Might as well just take a little. Ooh, even a sip. Jesus. Ooh. Oh.
Exactly. Here. That's a terrible idea for a goal.
I know, right? Why do I do this to myself?
Did you find out about someone else that they thought was perfectly normal? There was this guy I went to college with. When he was in the shower, if the urge hit him, he would just take a shit in the shower instead of getting out to use the toilet. He did this the whole time he was a kid apparently, and it wasn't till he got to college and had to share bathroom facilities that he found out other people showering in adjacent stalls weren't cool with smelling shit as he waffle stomped a log down the drain. I worked with a guy who had some kind of gut problem, and he'd be sitting at his desk and vomit into a cup. Not a lot, but like a verb. A few times a day, even in meetings. Finally, his boss talked to him and said that was not cool and he should see a doctor. The guy was surprised. Why? He asked. He apparently had been doing this all his life. He went to a doctor, and what you know, they had medicine for his condition. The guy grew up in some country where his condition was never addressed, either because of poverty or neglect. Probably both. But the damage was already done. Everyone avoided the vomit guy. He was eventually let go.
Aww.
That sucks.
Well, okay.
Sounded like he had a hiatal hernia or something.
Sort of like what I have. So, because that's the thing. Y'all... I've had a hiatal hernia, and it's been bugging me, and it bugged me for like the last 12 plus years of my life. It got progressively worse as I got older, and it got to the point where I couldn't drink regular drinks because my hiatal hernia was just like making it impossible for me to swallow anything. Like pretty soon, I wasn't able to. At first, it was like big things like steak and like I had to chew my food so much that my jaws would get tired, and my jaw would get tired, and the next thing you know, I'd just be sitting there, and I'd only have half my food eaten, and everyone else is done, and I'm holding everybody up, and I'm just like, I'll just get a takeout bag.
My ex and her entire family share a toothbrush. She argued it like they were all sharing a hairbrush. Glad it ended. I have a friend who has lost an immense amount of weight, yet eats and drinks like crap all the time. It had been revealed to me by him that he often feels so full sometimes that he just makes himself puke to feel better. This has been going on for quite a few years now. He's straight up bulimic and thinks it's just a neat little way to get rid of all the bad foods and drinks he gorges himself with. He's gotten so good at making himself puke, it's almost silent. No gagging sounds, no messy puke splatter. Just a stream of chewed up food and beers. I'm quite sure that even his wife is oblivious to this.
Should, like, find some way to subtly, like, hint to his loved ones around him that he has a problem he needs help with.
Yeah. My brother's not bulimic or anything, but my brother eats and drinks whatever the hell he wants and is literally just skinny as a rail and has a six-pack and doesn't even have to flex. Shit's not fair.
One time my best friend and I were on a voice chat as it was getting pretty late. At one point he said that he should probably head to bed because he was starting to see gory and otherwise disturbing things. Apparently he has hypnagogic hallucinations every so often and just assumed that it was normal when to see stuff when you get tired. My neighbors ate their cornflakes with orange juice
Unless
instead
you're
of
real
milk.
tired, like several days without sleep tired.
Yeah. That's strange.
God, that would be terrifying. That's like what happened the one time I tried shrooms. Like,
Oh, yeah.
it's like I had that exact kind of hallucination. Basically, it looked like I was like falling into like a tunnel of like muscles and gore and shit. Like, I thought I had died and was like falling into hell. Yeah.
Yeah.
Their parents had conditioned them all to think this was normal and acceptable behavior. A co-worker, mid-20s,
I missed
Midwest
that one
born.
because I stopped you in the middle of it. My brain didn't process.
My
Sorry.
neighbors ate cornflakes with their...
I have a slight processing disorder. My bad.
It's okay. That is weird, though.
Acceptable
Yeah,
behavior.
okay, yeah, that's fuck.
Okay.
I know, right?
Well, actually, wait. That's one of the few cereals I think that might actually work with.
Really?
Well, yeah, because cornflakes are so fucking plain. Like, they need sugar, like, in the milk. Like, you know, like, it needs to be, like, 1 part milk, 1 part sugar for cornflakes to even be palatable. So, like,
I don't believe
if you
that.
just put cornflakes in orange juice, you got orange cornflakes.
Orange flakes.
And I still think that's a little weird. I think it'd be better just to have, like, you know, an orange flavored kind of cornflake, like probably orange frosted flakes or something.
Yeah, sweet frost.
yeah.
Sweet, orange, sweet
Like
frost.
orange Danish frosted flakes. Get on that, Kellogg's. I'd eat those.
I would, I
Had
probably would
conditioned them
too,
all.
if I ate
But yeah,
cereal.
I would say like, you know, as long as it's not like Lucky Charms or something else, you know.
Yeah.
That might actually possibly kind of work.
Agreed.
But yeah, that is
To
strange.
think this was normal and acceptable behavior. A co-worker, mid-20s, Midwest born and raised, sat down with spaghetti one day for lunch. After twiddling the noodles around with a fork for a while,
Don't tell me the
he looked at
scissors.
me and asked how, "Do you eat this?" Thinking it was a joke, I laughed at him and kept eating. He looked at me with a straight face and said, "I've never had spaghetti." Me, don't you hate getting hit by those first few seconds of icy water when you turn on the shower? Roommate, what do you mean? Me, like in the morning, when you're standing in the shower and you have to turn it on for the first time and it's really cold on your skin.
Yeah.
Roommate, wait, do you turn the shower on after getting in?
Yes.
Me, no. That was the day my mind was blown by the fact that you could turn the shower on before getting in.
I actually was the same.
Really?
Yeah. That's how my mom and dad taught me to do it, because they're like, you don't want to waste water.
Well, don't want to waste water. Okay, but at the same time, you know, like you don't want to be miserable. And water isn't. I know it's different for every house because every house has their own like water saving measures and all that. Us here, the only water saving measure we have is just make sure that the washer upstairs isn't running too much water, which is why we're trying to get a new washer and dryer unit.
I was like 23 when I learned this law. Okay, so my old roommate did a lot of drugs and drank a lot. One time I had a friend over, and we were gonna smoke from my roommate's bong, and when my friend took a hit he threw up due to an extremely unpleasant taste and smell. We poured out the bong water and my roommate said he had never changed it out, and the water was very, very dark. I wanna say it was almost black, but it was at least just very, very dark. My roommate then said, "That looks like pee." We all looked at him in disbelief, and asked if that's what his pee looked like, and he looked very concerned when we pressed him on it, and when we said that that's not how pee should look. I also would like to add that we did tell him that he should go and see a doctor about that, to which he replied yeah, and then changed the subject.
Yeah, I think you need to go to the hospital.
Yeah, right the fuck now. Be like, yeah, there's a problem. Like,
I thought this whole thing was just gonna be like, yeah, it's not normal to not change your bong water ever, man. Like, but it turned into something completely different after that.
Oh yeah. Oh, dude, I saw one picture of a bong. I can't remember where I saw it. It was a picture of a bong, and it looked like it had been freshly hit. And then dude was just like, I hit it 3 times before I noticed. And it did like a view down the tube.
Dead rat.
A dead rat in the fucking bottom of it.
I saw that recently, too.
Oh, you may want to get checked for like everything at that point. Like I'm getting like bubonic plague tests.
Yeah, patient 0 the next play.
Yeah, I'm getting tested for everything. And so it's just like, yeah, it says here you have rodent AIDS.
Although actually they said that the rats and the mice actually were spreading the plague. It was the fleas on them.
True, but who's to say one of the fleas there isn't a flea or anything on one of those rats?
True.
That's
Could
the
be
terrible
a dead
thing.
flea in there with it that you're also smoking it.
Yeah. Oh boy.
When my friend makes mac and cheese, she puts the cheese powder, milk, and butter into the boiling water. Senior year, study hall. I'm studying.
What? That's gotta turn out horrible.
Yeah. I guarantee you she's just like, she's like, I've always done it this way and I've never liked it, but it's the only thing that I can afford. You do realize that you boil the noodles first, then you add all that after. And she'll be like, right. Like, that's going to make it taste any better.
Well, I'm trying to think, and I'm like, the cheese powder, I'm like, okay, if you're making powder, maybe that could work. Because, like, it needs to be mixed with something to kind of give it a more of a cheesy consistency. But the milk and butter, no. Like, why are you boiling your milk and butter? And, like, if you got, like, a Velveeta pack, like, and you're going to put that in the water, don't do that. Like,
no.
Why would you do that?
Senior year, study hall. I'm studying with a dude I knew. I don't remember the context, but we were talking about growing up and he says, and it was around that time when milk started coming out of my nipples, and I'm like,
that's
what?
Definitely not normal.
And he's like, when milk starts to come out, and I'm like, dude, that's not normal. The face he made when he realized the reality of the situation was memorable. He goes, that didn't happen to you? And I'm like, no. Then he asks the rest of the guys in study hall, did any of y'all have milk come out of your nips during puberty? They said no. Gave my best friend an orange.
I was going to say, my dude, they probably called him the milkman for the rest of the year because they can't help themselves.
Or something way worse. It's high school kids.
Oh, I know. I know how it could get way worse.
I mean, milkman is like preferable. Like I would be all right with that.
Yeah.
But they're probably
he bit into it like an
worse than that.
Call him lactate or some shit. I don't know.
Just straight up calling a woman, like,
yeah,
stuff like that. Because that's an insult when you're in high school,
Just I imagine if he was like a fat dude and had like larger mammary glands, they'd probably call him bitch tits.
It's like I could see him being weird and being like, "Hey, let me play with your titties."
Apple,
can I have some
feel
of your
and
breast
all,
milk?
and immediately
No.
declared oranges.
It's like, hey,
Shit like that.
It's like, hey man, I'm having some cereal over here, and we're out of milk in the fridge. Can you help a brother out? I know. I'd just to fuck with him.
Disgusting. He has never had one before, or seen one apparently. We were in high school. A friend told me about her roommate who keeps a large bin full of bread under her bed. Every week, she buys a new loaf and adds it to the bin. She doesn't actually eat that much bread, but has a huge bin full. My roommate in college thought you
Sounds
washed
like a lot
clothes
of
on
that's
every
gotta
single
be
cycle
moldy.
on the washing machine. Our machine had a delicate cycle, a cotton cycle, a solo rinse cycle, a permanent press cycle, etc. He always complained about the washer taking forever. It's because he was washing his clothes 4 to 5 times every time he did laundry.
Oh,
That sucks.
bro, you had to. Oh my god.
So that's why growing up, like, for the longest time, I was like, I don't understand how the washing machine's supposed to work because it had too much stuff on it.
Yeah, and then you grow up, and then your brain's able to comprehend what the hell's going on.
For some reason, my mom would never teach me how to use it. I don't remember.
I remember first
why that was, but it was actually Rachel, like Oxy, that taught me how to use the washing machine that my parents had at the time.
Damn.
She's like, it's really simple. You just do it this way. And I'm like, okay, cool. I can do that. Like,
Yeah, I remember when I was like 7 when my mom showed me how to use the laundry machine. And I remember the first time I did laundry, I was like 7 or 8 years old. And
my mom was always just like, just put your clothes in here and I'll do them. Like,
yeah, my mom would often do the laundry, but there was a lot of times mom wasn't home, so I had to do a lot of the laundry myself. So I did that, and yeah, it was a good time.
just felt kind of dumb being like in my 20s and my mom's still doing my laundry for me all the time, you know.
It's okay, dude. We all.
But I think she just thought it was easier and like more efficient to do like my laundry with everybody else's laundry, you know, like instead of like everybody putting their own laundry in and getting in the way and stuff.
That's true.
I helped my older cousin move into a new house as a teenager. We worked non-stop for over 12 hours. I was so fucking exhausted that at one point I vomited in his front yard. The next day he acted like I was faking being tired, to which I responded, "How the hell do you fake vomit?" He goes easy and proceeds to instantly projectile vomit at will.
That's not
I
fake.
just look on in horror and bewilderment. He acted like it was perfectly normal and assumed everyone could do it. He got offended when I told him it was bizarre as hell. The fuck? My friend genuinely believed that leprechaun was just a term for indigenous Irish little people.
That one's funny.
That was funny because not only did we watch it, we're watching this on St. Patrick's Day. So that's funny.
Topical.
Yeah.
My best friend recently told me that when he was little he thought the only way to clean his asshole was to jam the soap as far up as he could get it. Finally figured he was probably doing it wrong when he heard his mother scream at his dad, "Seth, the soap smells like shit."
Say his nickname in school, if I found that out in school, his nickname would be Bubbles.
Did you shove it up your ass or something? I still tease him about that to this day. I had a sleepover with a friend in middle school one weekend. I went to shower and she gave me a towel. It had a weird smell to it, but I couldn't find any other towels inside the bathroom, so I used it by patting myself barely and just air drying. Turns out her whole family shares a towel to prevent having to use new ones every time. I told her how weird that was, and she was shocked to find out that my family has their own towels to use, but we put them in the wash every 2 or so uses. I didn't sleep over there again.
Oh, I probably wouldn't either. 2 times yes, 3 times max for like reusing towels, and that's it. Outside of that, it's like, okay, after the 3rd use, it's like, alright, into the bin you go. That's it.
A friend of mine didn't know that after you insert the tampon, you pull out the applicator. Found this out in college, after being dumbfounded why everyone preferred tampons over pads. She was walking around with that terrible piece of plastic up there all this time.
Man.
One of my friends and I were talking about going home for the holidays. She mentioned how she hates going home. because her dad always wants her to sleep in the same bed as him, and her mom is completely fine with it. So, being me, I poked a little. She said, well, I mean, it was okay when I was a teenager, but I'm 23 now. It's just dumb, you know.
Where does this man live?
Yeah, exactly.
Where does this man live so that I can cave his fucking skull in? I'm sorry. I don't play that shit. If I find out that that shit's going on in any way, I don't give a fuck. Like, that is a nail in the coffin. And I'm happy to like knock it in there. Anyway, sorry.
I asked more on what it entailed. Her dad even showered with her up until she was 17.
What the fuck?
Dead, man. Dead. Fucking dead. Like, if I find out that this oh my god. Oh. Ooh.
That wasn't just cursed, Steven.
That's dark.
That was a felony crime.
That is an unforgivable, dude. That is, to me, worthy of a select spot in hell. The very moment he dies, the devil's just like, right here, sir, right here. We have this place ready for you right here. Just for you.
I tried to tell her how that's abuse and she just laughed it off. I grabbed her shoulders and was like, that's abuse, you should talk to someone. Her parents are divorced. They have been for quite some time. I haven't seen her in a while, so I'm not sure how it turned out, but it still makes me shiver.
Yeah, that's funny.
Me too.
I lived with a girl that would eat baby powder that she had stashed in the drawer of the bathroom. She would walk by the bathroom and do quick shakes of the bottle right in her mouth.
What the fuck?
She would also buy whole frozen fish from Walmart and take them out of the freezer bag and slap them hard against the brick kitchen floor before cooking them in a stew. Guy.
Why?
I don't know. Oh, this is a hell of a
You
starter.
can't just tell me that and not tell me you never asked for any explanation as to why.
This is a hell of a starter.
Yeah.
Had 3 nuts. Thought he just had an extra testicle. We told him it was probably a tumor. It was. When my wife and I started dating, and still now, she collects all her hair that naturally falls out during the day, whether on the hairbrush couch bed, or wherever she finds her hair. She then wraps it around her fingers into a little ball, and collects the wads in bags. I asked her what she does with all the Ziploc bags of hair, and she told me she eventually burns it. She made this a habit, and she still can't explain to me why she does it. My grandma fed me hot dog water in the form of hot cocoa with the recycled boiled hot dog water. She thought it was okay to do, and just told me years later.
Oh. Grandma. No.
A family member thought that hallucinations were something everyone.
Well, clearly you didn't notice at the time that there was something up with the hot cocoa, did you? Does that work in some way? Is that like using bacon grease to make like cookies or something?
No, because that like has something that can sop up the bacon grease. Like the cookies can like sop up the bacon grease and like it makes it part of the thing, whereas hot dog water is hot dog water, and adding chocolate to it just makes it chocolate hot dog water. I'm reminded of that Limp Bizkit album,
chocolate hot dog flavored water. That's exactly what I was just thinking.
The hot dog flavored water, yeah, exactly.
One dealt with.
Chocolate
they thought that monsters under the bed.
Chocolate hot dog
the
flavored
hot chocolate
water.
Hot dog water.
Oh man.
Other cultural tales of ghosts were real things which were further confirmed by their experience. It then led to later diagnosis of schizophrenia once they couldn't cope well enough to deal with the symptoms, and it became evident to family members. You have been visited by the sand doggo.
Aww.
Like and subscribe to turn your rough day into a rough day.
Okay. Nobody white girls on Snapchat. Jesus Christ, ain't that the truth? Okay, so, all right. I'll leave a like on that. And, oh, this is unlisted. Fun. Wonder why.
Hopefully they'll be okay with us uploading this one.
I hope so, too. But hey, Steven, we did it. We did it. We did it. We did it. Okay.
It was actually a pretty fun video, to be honest.
Yeah, I like
some
these.
weird ass stuff in there, but I feel really bad for that one girl whose dad's apparently a predator.
He is. I don't care what any excuse she wants to put out there. I'm just like, where's your dad live? I'm just gonna talk to him. I'm just gonna talk to him, and I'm gonna insert this up his ass.
Like, I saw a wholesome...
and use him as a meat popsicle.
A wholesome thing one time. It's like, yeah, like, this girl, despite being like a teenager and then an adult, like, would still, like, when her dad was watching TV on the couch, like, cuddle in his lap for a few minutes, you know? It was like, oh, because it's like reminded her when they did it when I was a kid, but like, no. Showering together? What the fuck, man?
Now, here's the thing. Sleeping together, that's one thing. Or sleeping in the same bed together, that's one thing. Showering together? No.
The bed was weird. The shower was fucking
way too far.
Insane.
That is, oh boy, that's evil. Well, anyway, I don't know what else to say except for thanks for recommending this, Steven. Thanks for sending it in. And I guess till next time, signing off. I'm Nate.
I am Nate.
Y'all be good people. Take care. Peace.